right. Good morning. Hello, hello. Make sure the lip gloss is good. Welcome. All right, y'all know the drill, okay? If you don't know the drill, you drop your zodiac signs in the chat and we go first come, first serve. We're on all the platforms today. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We are on all the platforms today. So make sure y'all get your signs. Okay, we got Pisces and Libra. Happy Sunday, y'all. All right, we got an Aquarius. All right, the readings are between about 10 to 15 minutes. So if you are on TikTok, it will be up on YouTube if you miss it, okay? So don't worry. It will be up on YouTube. Excuse me. All right, so far we got Pisces, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn. All right, so those are the signs we got so far. Keep on dropping them in the chat. Hope y'all having a good weekend. All right, Sag, Aries, Virgo. Okay, all right, everybody in here today. Okay. All right, we're just missing two. We're missing Gemini, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. We're missing Gemini. Oh, there's Gemini. All right, Scorpio will be the last one today. All right, y'all, let's get started. You know, we are using the Lives Oracle and the Lives Tarot deck. All right, they are available. I also put a digital tarot journal for people to log, like when you do your own readings. That is on there as well. I'm going to do like a video to show people how to do that later on, maybe today or tomorrow. But that is up in the store if you want a digital tarot journal. And it has like really cool prompts. It helps you do like multiple spreads, 3-card spreads, and you pull the card like in the morning, and then you can write about whatever your experience was in the evening. You know, that way it'll kind of get you familiar. All right, we do got Capricorn. So just to let y'all know what the order is, we got Pisces, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn, Sag, Aries, Virgo, Gemini, Scorpio. All right. You said they always start trouble anyway. Who, the Scorpios? All right, so let's see. We're going to start with Pisces. We're going to start with Pisces. We're going to get started, y'all. Also, the people that join as a member, you get your decks. So don't forget, you do get your 2 decks. I am shipping out some decks tomorrow. So this is how they come. And they come with your instruction cards. So just, you know, check those out in my store. Everything's linked in my descriptions. All right, so we can get started for my Pisces. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to do it a little differently. Y'all know I normally ask about what the situation or the scenario is first. I'm going to start by asking, like, what energy you guys should be in first, and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's see. These are slippery. They knew, so they knew. Make sure we get them shuffled good. Thank you, Lux. I appreciate you. All right, so let's see. What energy should you be in, Pisces? What's the most important energy for you to be in? Card of advice for you to do, action to take. Let's see. Okay, do it solo. All right. It also has a to-do list. So today will be the day to get things done. All right. Whatever you have been ignoring or anything like that, make sure you focus on it now. Do it solo being your advice. If anybody offers to work with you or, you know, anything like that, it is necessary for you to do something independently. Okay. Thank you, Daniel, or would that say Darnell? All right, so do it solo, Pisces. Let's see. So what do you need to accomplish by yourself? What do you need to work on solo, Pisces? Interesting. Contemplate. So if you're trying to study something, learn it. This is an energy where you need to be self-taught. I'm also getting to, if you're trying to make a decision, I would journal just the way that this looks. You could sit, sit, think about it, come up with ideas on your own. I'm getting like there's no need to ask somebody else for advice in this scenario, or like there is no need to take an idea from another person, not like in a stealing way, but like there's going to be a solution to something, or your ideas will come to you by yourself. All right. What else is going to be the result of this? And we'll see what the situation is outside of this, or like surrounding this. What will be the outcome for you if you're able to do that? Okay, focus. All right. So I feel like, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. I don't know if anybody's like going back to school or anything like that, but this looks a lot like looks a lot like schooling. If you have children, try your best to get some alone time is what I'm getting. All right, what else does this have to do with what is the overall situation for my Pisces? So do it independently, work by yourself, focus on your assignments. Okay, so the situation is desire. So I feel like this is something that you're trying to work towards. So if it's anything that you're thinking about, you need to do it independently. Now, this is business wise. If you are offered to work with a friend, maybe a lot of times people want to do a business with a friend. Um, I'm also getting two, you're going to come up with an idea. If you do like a side hustle or online business or anything like that, you're going to be able to do it more independently, like on your own, like storefront, your own website, things like that. If this is at work, even, a lot of assignments at work are independent anyway, but make sure that you're focused on it on your own. If you're wondering about like dating in this moment, I feel like in this moment, it may not be the best situation for you to take something super seriously. It doesn't mean you can't date, but I would not like include that person in the goal that you're focusing on. Yeah, all right, so let's get 8 cards. Let's get 8 of the tarot. Let's see. Let's see here. Getting Pisces business a little bit. I'm a little sleepy, y'all. I woke up early today. Okay, the 4 of Cups of Lovers, literally your ideas. Write your ideas down. When ideas come to you, you need to jot them down. Maybe use your notes app, like if you're, on the go or something like that. But it's a good idea for you to get like a notebook, a journal, something like that. All right. Yeah, literally, I'm getting ignore the ideas of others right now. This is not a good time for you to do something where you are taking the input of others. All right, literally. So focus on that. I feel like too, okay, so the 6 of Swords is here as well. You may be wanting to do something where you are trying to include other people. So maybe you have like a goal, a new idea, and you're like, yeah, y'all, we should do blah, blah, blah. Like, just do it by yourself. It doesn't look like, I don't know if the community will hinder you. I'm going to clarify what effect other people will have on this, but they may not agree with your idea, or they may impede on the direction that you're trying to go in. I'm also getting two, because you have the 9 of Swords, 2 of Swords. Once you share the idea, other people's opinions may make you feel nervous or worried about your decision to focus on it, okay? So, pardon me. All right, so what's the 4 of Cups here? What else should you focus on? Solo. And we're going to see what effect, I guess, a bunch of people will have. This could also be a time for you to, like, cut out the noise. Like, maybe you normally do something while there's music on, or you normally, sometimes, people do their work. Like, say somebody was a remote worker and they're going to, like, Panera Bread to sit in the restaurant and do their work or something like that. Something requires you to be solo in the quiet so that you can think. All right, so let's see. What else should you focus on with the 4 of Cups here? So don't get the opinion of anybody else. You're good. All right, looks like something creative-wise. All right, so some sort of creative idea. Okay, give me one more. All right, you got the Temperance and then the World. Literally just doing something solo, doing something by yourself. Oh, Sag is on the bottom here too. All right, let's see. So what is the energy with the Temperance for you? And then we'll see what energy the community would have. Oh, okay, intuition. All right, that's pretty clear. That just kind of confirms it. Let's see what energy the community would have here, because I'm getting it would be Either you would worry about whether or not you are able to lead people in this scenario, whether or not you're able to include people, bring them along with you, or it is an energy where just people are like, you know, clouding your thoughts. You can't sit and think and things like that. You can't think clearly, or they may give you negative opinions. What else? What other effect does a bunch of people have on you, or the community of people have? Let's see. Okay, so you got, yeah, ignore. Let's see. Ignore professionalism. Somebody may be telling you that something comes off wrong, or like, no, you should do it like this, or it needs to look like this, or, you know, something like that. I feel like, too, people may ignore what you're trying to share. Like, if you have an idea, they may not even listen to it at all. So yeah, that was pretty straightforward for the Pisces. All right, hopefully all the readings are as straightforward. We're going to follow the same format where I ask what y'all advice is first. All right. So if y'all just now joining, we do have Leo on the list. I see somebody put Leo. We just finished Pisces. We got Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn, Sag, Aries, Virgo, Gemini, and Scorpio. All right, so we're gonna do Libra next. Let's see here. Let me get some tea. No problem. All right, so let's see. Libras. Oh, we need a timestamp, y'all. You know I be forgetting my timestamps. Hold on. We need a timestamp. All right, no problem. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. Also, if you're on TikTok, this is up on YouTube. It's timestamped as well. So if you do miss your sign, you can come on over there. All right, Libras. Let's see. What energy should my Libras be in? What is the most important energy for you to be in? Card of advice for my Libras. Okay, Virgo. All right, so this is a person. You need to work with a Virgo. Listen to this Virgo. Take this Virgo's advice. All right. If you are a Libra with a Virgo placement, if you're a Virgo rising, something needs to be done in person, in public. All right. If you are a Virgo moon, you may need to keep something private. Keep it to yourself, or share it only with the people that are closest to you. Okay. I don't know if you probably won't have a Mercury in Virgo if you're a Libra. It'll probably be a Mercury in Scorpio. But yeah, take the advice of a Virgo. Now, Virgo also rules work, okay, ambition. So you may need to do something professionally. Real quick, somebody's asking for Aries. Aries is going to be number 9. We're on number 2, just to let you know. All right, so Virgo. So what else will a Virgo energy advise you? And I'm saying energy because sometimes it's just the energy of Virgo, like the working, the health. It could also be a health element. All right, so maybe this is not a good time to overindulge. All right, pay attention to your health, things like that. Cook at home, something along those lines. No problem. All right, so what advice or what energy is a Virgo going to bring here for you? Okay, so we got manipulation. We're going to see what this is. All right, manipulation. Okay, money outflow. Okay, and laughter. Interesting. So either they're going to advise you about something about like spending too much, overindulging, but I don't think it's that. I feel like somebody is they're going to give you money to make you happy is the energy. So somebody's like, yeah, like make sure that you can receive money for what you're doing. Okay, let's see. What is this situation at hand here? That's interesting. What's the situation at hand? Let's see. Okay, there's a blockage. Okay, so what's being blocked out here? A commitment. Okay, so no, we're not committing to something. Now, I don't know if there's a relationship involved. If anybody's wondering, there is no commitment, but we'll clarify that. But what's blocking commitment? Somebody's not committed to something, or they're not sticking to one thing. What might be blocking commitment here? Okay, an Aquarius. Okay, Libra. So if these are people, it would be best for you to take advice from a Virgo and not an Aquarius. If these are people. All right, so because I feel like too, this person, somebody is worried that there will not be enough time. They're worried about either running out of time, or they're worried about, I feel like that's where the stress come from. They're worried about whether or not they'll have enough time to commit to something or work on something. All right. So they're like, no, I don't like that idea. I won't have enough time to finish it. I won't have enough time to do it. All right. Somebody could also be worried about age with time there. All right. So let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Let's see. Hi there on Kick. Welcome. Yeah, 6 of Cups, the Magician, and the Page of Cups. All right. So they're going to find a way to get you something that you can receive. I feel like they could also be warning you that something is manipulation. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, there's the Star card right there. Okay. These are, yeah, wow. Wow. That's dope. It's just dope because I made these myself. So it's cool that it literally, like, Aquarius blocking you to focus or to commit. This could also be about like a contract here. There may need to be a contract that you need to consider. There could be a water sign around you, but you're not able to focus on something. There's like a plan that you're supposed to focus on here. What else are you supposed to commit to? And I'm going to get the Virgo's energy in this reading as well. Let's see. Okay, an opportunity. Yeah, so I feel like if you focus, yeah, what do you have the opportunity to do? So whatever this is, like say you have the ability to make something work, right? You feel like you're running out of time, but I feel like you do have time. I feel like that's what an Aquarius is worried about. You're able to focus on it. You're able to do it. Now, you may be worried like within yourself because Aquarius energy is also the energy of like the outcome, right? So forward thinking, it's the future that we're thinking about. So somebody could be thinking about, okay, if I focus on this right now, then I won't have time to do this later. So I feel like this is the time for you to focus on it. This is a good opportunity for you. Yeah, what other opportunity do you have here? What can this grow into for you? Okay, solution. Yeah. You'll be able to actually find a solution to something. Now for some people, you could be the problem solver, right? You could be the one that solves the issue, depending on what you do for work. This definitely looks like a working situation here. If you are not able to find, like if it's not about work and you just genuinely need a solution to something, you are able to find it. I feel like something may have to deal with a contract as well, or signing on to something, or like, signing an actual contract in general. All right, that may be the solution. So what else is the issue currently? Because you're able to solve it. I feel like a Virgo is going to give you that advice on what to do. Okay, self-assured. What is this? What is it going to be solved into or turned into here? Okay, yeah, focus. I feel like too, if you're in a comfort zone, right? The issue is with self-assured, you may just be in your comfort zone, so you're not doing anything extra. All right. If you want to like change, maybe you want to change jobs, change careers, change industries, things like that. You are able to do it. It's just about you focusing. So if Aquarius warned you about not having enough time to do something, you're able to do it. All right. So what's going to be the outcome of you taking the advice here? We know you have a solution. What else will you have the outcome? Let's see. Indulgence. Okay. So you may even be able to like take a break later. That could be the thing. Like maybe you have an idea like, okay, I don't know if I should do this right now because I want to go out or I want to relax. Do it now and then you'll be able to relax later. You'll also probably be able to afford something so that you can indulge in it, spend your money, things like that. Okay. All right. That was cool. I like how this is going. These are going pretty smooth. Let me see what else the Virgo is doing really quick because I see manipulation with the Magician. What else is the Virgo advising you? Oops. You know what, too? In some case, somebody's like Somebody's okay. How do I want to explain this? I feel like there is a manipulation about what to believe about money making you happy or something like that. But we'll clarify. What else are you? What else is the Virgo advising you to do here? Yeah, you got the Hierophant, the Three of Wands, okay, the Nine of Wands, and then the Justice. There you go, Libra. Okay, so there's going to be a rule or regulation that bothers you. It's like a belief system, but this Virgo is letting you know about that. Yeah, there you go. You're going to take action and do the idea now. I feel like, too, the rules and regulations associated with something is what bothers you, and that kind of affects your decision making. All right, so just continue to work on what you're working on. Something does end up being balanced in the middle. It's like you bring something together in the middle of it. All right, so you're okay. You know, if you gotta choose to listen to, deal with a Virgo and not the Aquarius in this case. Okay, that was Libra. That was Libra. If you're new here, we are doing each zodiac sign, guys. So we do first come, first serve, and it's every zodiac sign we're doing. So far we did Pisces and Libra. And then we are going to do Aquarius next. And then we got Leo, Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn, Sag, Aries, Virgo, Gemini, and Scorpio. All right. I'm a little sleepy, y'all. My energy's a little low. I was up super early and I went to the store and I was up late. So make sure y'all check out the digital journal. All right, so the Tarot digital journal is available for you to practice daily general pulls. It's really cool. And it goes well with these tarot decks. Oh, let's get the timestamp for my Aquarius folks. All right, what energy should you be in? Sag is going to be number 8 today. We are on the 3rd sign, so just to let y'all know. All right, Aquarius, what energy should you be in, Aquarius? What's a piece of advice for my Aquarius folks? Most important energy for you to be in today for yourself. Okay, rules. All right, so if there are rules and regulations, follow them. If you're trying to do anything, I would follow the instructions verbatim. All right, like follow the steps. Make sure you're doing research on everything. All right. Make sure you're checking on everything. Make sure you know, like, this is not a good time to take a loophole. All right. This can even be something legal. So don't do anything illegal today. Don't try to find no loopholes, but you may even need to set rules and regulations. All right. But what do these rules have to deal with here? What do these rules have to deal with for my Aquariuses? Interesting. Manipulation. Now, in the Libra reading, I told Libra their advice was to listen to a Virgo. So, Aquarius, if you want to step in, that is not your space to do it. I feel like, too, there are literally rules to creating something. All right. Oh, rules manipulate. Uh-oh, wait a second. Rules, manipulation, and liar. Oh, shit. And then there's Libra controlling a Libra. Oh, here we go. All right, I thought it was going to be a chill Sunday. We started off peaceful, but here we go. So, it looks like somebody is manipulating or lying to control a Libra. All right, so if there's any Libras watching or Aquarius, if you have Libra placements, somebody is doing that. Okay. They're doing, okay, what's the lie that's being told? Let's see. I just finished Libra. It's up on my YouTube, but just to give you a snippet, you need to take advice from a Virgo. Also, that you're coming out in this Aquarius reading, Libras. All right, so you are coming out in this reading. Somebody is manipulating or lying to you to control you. The reason they're lying is to control you. Okay, let's see. What are they lying? What's the lie about? I feel like the manipulator will get caught. Okay, what is the truth? What? So somebody might be acting like they're going through some sort of hardship to control you. Something's actually easy. The truth is smooth sailing. Something is easy. Now, if you're trying to do, okay, because this is Aquarius's reading, but it looks like it's about a Libra. But it's like if a Libra is trying to do something, something is actually easy for them, or like say there's another individual and they're like, oh, I'm going through a hard time. You know how people be faking like something's wrong, but something's actually easy. Somebody's acting like something is repetitive. Also, just if there is a situation, you may think there is a pattern. There is no pattern. It just moves forward. Okay. Well, let's get the cards. Let's see. If you don't know a Libra, the way I could look at that is Libra energy is to control maybe a relationship. All right, Libra rules relationships, partnerships, diplomacy. Libra is also Venus rules, so it has something to do with money. If there's money tied with anybody. I feel like too, somebody is literally manipulating something to control the outcome. Libra is cause and effect. All right, so all right, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. See what else comes out for the Aquariuses. Yeah, it could be that as well. It could be the energy associated with them. Okay, we got the Lovers, the King of Cups, King of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Queen of Swords. Okay, it's a lot going on in here. The Knight of Pentacles. There's a Tower. Okay, something's definitely going to be unexpected here. A Gemini could be involved with the Lovers card as well. Not to say Geminis are all liars, but Gemini just rules the energy of a lie, right? Because they control communication. So that's what they rule. It doesn't mean that they're all liars, but some people may say all Geminis are crazy. That's but anywho, all right, so there's definitely a decision that is going to lead to a tower as well. I see somebody is deciding to be very straightforward and very strict and professional. Somebody could be lying and saying that they are blocking out possibly other women, just the way this looks. This could be what somebody is trying to say. Like, I'm not dating anybody. I'm not with anybody. If this is about a relationship. Matter of fact, let me, what is this? What are they lying for? What area of life is this really quick? Or what is the overall situation? And we're going to see what the result of the tower is too, because that's like something shifting. Okay, laughter. I saw manipulation, money outflow, and laughter in Libra reading. So I'm getting like they enjoy this person. They're having fun with somebody. There is a card that is a partnership card. So this may not all the way be dating. Let's see what the tower is too. If there's anything in the justice system, because Libra does rule the justice system, the Queen and King of Swords is an energy of separating. All right, so there's an energy. I feel like, yeah, it does look like, I'm not going to lie, something looks like multiple women as well. All right, let's see what else. Let's clarify it. What's the expected outcome? Thank you for the gift, Steve. What's the expected outcome here for the tower, or what is the norm in this scenario? Yeah, okay, clarity. Yeah, there is not clarity. If we got manipulation and liar, there's definitely not clarity in a situation, or we're expecting somebody to view something differently possibly. What is actually occurring here? We're going to figure out what the smooth sailing part is too. Yeah, somebody is holding on to something. All right. You may observe this. Now, remember we talked, Libra's advice was something dealing with a Virgo. I feel like a Libra should listen to a Virgo in this case. That was what came out. Where are you at with rules? What energy would you be in, Aquarius? Okay, the Eight of Pentacles with rules. So if this is at work, like say manipulation, liar, controlling, right? Maybe they're trying to maybe trick you or gaslight you into, like, okay, so when I used to work corporate, right, you would have people that would pretend like there's an issue or pretend like something's going on to kind of pick and like getting, you know, what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on with the team, how are you kind of thing, when really they just want to kind of get in your business or like kind of start some drama. So I feel like do all the things at work. There could also be somebody watching you, like if you're at work. So just pay attention to that. But I will follow literally all the instructions. If you're working on something physically, because this part here is like something extra, but like if you're working on something like actually building it, make sure you're following all the instructions, whatever you're trying to do. Even if it's the smallest thing, go ahead and research it. All right, so I feel like you would just be built. Yeah, there's the Hierophant. There could be also something dealing with an actual Taurus. All right, so it'd be something dealing with an actual Taurus. Just follow those rules and regulations. I am getting kind of like, I don't know if there's anything legal here involved, but pay attention to that. What else? Let me clarify that lie part, because what's repetitive here? What is somebody saying is happening? It's not. Okay, what's the truth with smooth sailing? I feel like it's going to be oh yeah, that's what I was saying, liar. It's going to be also easy to spot a liar too. I feel like too, you know what? Within yourself, Aquarius, when you set certain rules and boundaries and standards, you're not going to keep getting tricked. All right, not that you keep getting tricked, but I mean, it's like you're going to be able to visibly see that somebody is lying. All right, it's going to be very obvious. If you set a standard, you'll be able to see who's doing something. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty clear. Oh, John Doe is back. He was here yesterday. You must be somebody that I know personally, because you're really you're really invested. You gotta be somebody I broke up with or something. This was Aquarius. What's the outcome for the Aquarius is here? Let's see. What's the outcome for the Aquarius is? Yeah, contemplate. All right, so if your advice was rules with contemplate, definitely make sure you're researching something, because you're going to see the issue here. Interesting. Okay. All right, that was your reading. All right, so that was Aquarius, and next up is Leo. Next up is Leo. All right, John, I was going to let you stay, but there's other people who are typing. I can't see them, so you're in the way. All right, so far, y'all, if you're joining on TikTok, I'm also up on YouTube. So if you guys miss your sign, this will be up on YouTube, same username, and it will be time stamped. But so far, we did Pisces, Libra, and Aquarius. All right, so next we're going to do Leo, Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn, Sag, Aries, Virgo, Gemini, Scorpio. All right, we also don't go in order because it's in order of first come, first serve if you're new to watching. All right, so Leo is next, y'all. Hello there, Dark Crypto. Leo is next. Same goes for my Kick and my Twitch people. All right, Leos. You're a Gemini, Cancer. Thank you, Steve. All right. What energy should you be in, Leos? What energy should you be in for yourself? What's most important action to take here? Okay, Virgo. Libra also had the same advice. All right, so Leo, you should work with a Virgo. This is my sister, y'all. She told me I need to do a whole video with just her cards. So I'm going to clip this specifically for you, Maya. Shout out to the Virgos. You know they got to be the center of the attention, child. All right, but anywho, Virgo, Leo, let me write that down so I can clip it for her. All right, but Virgo, so take advice from a Virgo. All right, listen to that Virgo, work with them. Virgo, like I said, also rules ambition, career, work, things like that. If you're dealing with a Libra or you have a Libra placement, that may be who you need to, you know, you and Libra need to listen to a Virgo. They're giving you the same advice, or you need to consult that Virgo. All right. All right, so what is the Virgo going to advise you to do now? You may also have a Virgo placement. I'll explain to you the same way I did for Libra. Like say Leo, say you may have a Mercury in Virgo. If you have a Mercury in Virgo, this is about how you express yourself or how you perceive the world. You may have a rising sign that's in Virgo. So if it's a rising sign, you know that's how you are out in public. Those are your first impressions. All right, so if you have to make a first impression on somebody, make sure it's professional, things like that. If you have a Virgo moon, I would keep something to yourself or only keep it between you and the people that you are closest to. All right, so that's just a few examples. But if this is a Virgo giving you advice or working with you, what energy do they bring? What do they advise you to do? Let's see. Interesting. Irony. Okay, so there's going to be something ironic about you working with this Virgo. This is ironic. So maybe typically you would not do this. Typically you wouldn't listen to this person. What's ironic about this? You got fantasize and Gemini. Okay, Gemini and Virgo are both ruled by Mercury. Let me get one more. Okay, smooth sailing. You want to make a decision that makes something easy. All right, you want to make something that is easy here. Okay. Something's ironic because somebody thinks that something is going to be easy. Okay. What situation what does this pertain to here? Thank you, positive light. So it pertains to a desire. What do we desire here? Okay, Taurus energy. Now, if you want to work with a Taurus instead of a Virgo, I feel like that could be ironic. You're like, I just want to work, I need to work with this Virgo. But we got a lot of Earth energy too. I feel like there's an energy where we want something to be, like we want something right now. We want something, excuse me, in the moment with Taurus. Or we may desire to use our own finances for something, our own resources. We want to desire to do something naturally. All right, a Leo desires a Virgo. I'm sorry, a Leo desires a Taurus. What do you want this Taurus to do? So if you want something from a Taurus, I feel like Virgo may tell you how to get that if these are people. Let's see. What do you want from this Taurus? What do you want this Taurus to do? You feel like somebody should not worry about the time. Okay, so this is ironic because the Libra reading, all right, these are going to be all tied together. If y'all watch, y'all know it's tied together. I guess everybody be in everybody's business. I don't know. Thank you for the compliment, positive light. In the Libra reading, their advice was Virgo as well, and that was because there was a worry about time. So now it's kind of like you kind of want a Taurus, like don't remember that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about how long something will take. Don't worry about that memory. I feel like too it's kind of like don't worry about the time invested in making something look professional. That's interesting. All right, let's see. Let's get 8 cards. You said, of course, a lion desires a cow. All right, let's get 8 cards here. There's your desire, right? So we're already inspired, or you may want to inspire someone else, okay? Somebody's inspired to block out getting paid. They don't want to get paid. Somebody doesn't want to receive money, okay. And then here you end up in the Empress. So I feel like a Virgo will give you the best advice here. Virgo and Taurus to me are both Empress cards as well. But it's like somebody's inspired literally to block out money. Why? What? Oh, somebody wants to, they're inspired to do something themselves. They want to do something by themselves. They want to use their own resources. So they don't want, somebody may not want like an investment here. There's the worry again. So that ties into that worry about time. In this case, what are we worried about? What is the stress about? And then we'll see where you are. So yeah, somebody's literally worried about something taking a long time. So if you're trying to do something, just go ahead and do it. Like, you know how they say, like, oh, I wanted to go back to school, but it'll take 4 years and by then I'll be 40. It's like, okay, you're going to be 40 anyway. So it's something like that. Somebody feels like something will take too long. Okay. Let's see what else. What is your current energy, Leo, in this state, and then we'll see where else the Virgo is. Okay, so you're coming out as the person that's thinking. You're coming out in a Gemini energy. You could have a Gemini placement. All right, maybe you're a Gemini moon, Gemini rising, whatever. Or, you know, because it's like you're thinking. These are your thoughts. So if your advice is Virgo, you need to do something in reality. All right, Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So if you're thinking and you're trying to figure out the best course of action, look at a realistic piece of advice or a realistic outcome or a realistic solution. And don't worry so much about how long it'll take to find that solution there. So you're just thinking, all right, what? Okay, I don't know what your placements are. Somebody is thinking about like the it's a Virgo Gemini watching this right now. Somebody's thinking about how much time they spent in a relationship possibly. Because there's like dating. So I don't know if you're worried about that part. You're like, I want something to go easily, but I don't want to have to do this, that, and the third. Maybe you're worried about how much time it'll take to build something up with people around you. Like there's an infrastructure or there are people. Interesting. Yeah, that kind of, I don't know where that came from, but you're in the Gemini energy. Also, your thoughts are becoming reality. All right. So let's see what else. Where else is the Virgo here? Why would you, I'm trying to figure out why you don't, okay, the moon, yeah. So they can, yeah, they're going to give you the advice because they can see something that you cannot see with the moon. What else are they able to understand or whatever? What else are they able to see here? Hey, Amelia, welcome. All right, so what else is the Virgo able to see? Thank you. Some of you are thinking about how to get with a Capricorn. Okay, so the Virgo is able to see that you need to focus. Oh, yeah, ground yourself. Exactly. So, yeah, it's nothing wrong with the plan, but just be realistic. So, let's see what the realistic part is that you need to implement. Because I feel like you may want to work with a Capricorn because the Devil card is coming out. Now, yesterday, Capricorn's advice was to do it solo. So, just, you know. So, what's the realistic part here? Like, what's going on in reality here? Okay, in reality, there's a solution. Find a realistic solution to what you're trying to do. Yeah, Capricorn. Okay. If I'm gonna leave that out, so maybe the Capricorn has a solution, but I feel like a Virgo is going to advise you on what to do. Because I feel like you want to bring something into reality. All right, Capricorn is long-term resources, is ruled by Saturn, or you just want something to materialize. It's Earth. You're pulling like all the Earth signs here. You got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. I feel like too, Taurus is before Virgo. It's like you want something to go backwards and you're already in this state. You're already in this current moment. So find a solution in this current moment. Something may not be able to revert back to how it was. All right, what else is the solution here? I mean, Virgo is going to give it to you anyway, or if you know a Virgo, but what else is the solution here? Okay, rules. We got rules and secrets. Okay. What else needs to be kept a secret? And I won't say much about that. Aquarius could have something to do with that. They came out as rules. Okay, I'll keep that a secret. All right. All right, but yeah, I feel like if you want to work with a Capricorn, maybe they, you know, I feel like a Virgo Capricorn energy has a solution. Or do, like, if you want to work with a Capricorn, you need to do what that Virgo did with a Capricorn. You want to date a Capricorn, you need to do what, you know, it's like, it's almost like you've seen it before, or you will be able to see an example. But again, like I said, the most important part is to find a realistic solution to your goal here. So it doesn't mean that something won't work. You just have to be realistic about it. All right, if it's dealing with a person and you want them to ignore something, like I said, if you want somebody to ignore like the past, or you want somebody to ignore something, realistically, time is a factor. All right, so just keep that in mind. Thank you for the gift, Amelia. You said Sunday morning tarot. Yes. Who's Miss Brown? All right, y'all. Taurus is next. So Taurus, y'all did come out in Leo reading. Looks like a Leo wants you to do something, or they want you to not pay attention to something that either occurred or ignore the time. All right, Taurus. I just found out today that somebody's a Taurus, and I thought they were a Gemini. And the Taurus makes more sense. Because I kept saying, like, she's not crazy. Not that Geminis are crazy, but, you know, Geminis are very wild the way they think. That's no shade. I like Geminis. But I was like, she do not act like no Gemini. She wasn't. She was a Taurus. All right, Taurus. Let's see. What energy should you be in, Taurus? What energy should you be in? For yourself, what action should you take? Let's see. These are going by kind of quick today. I'm not even trying to rush. You said your baby dad is a Gemini. All right, so what you should do, Taurus, is ground yourself. All right. So ground yourself. All right, what might you be kind of doing while you are ungrounded, or kind of got your head in the clouds a little bit? Let's see. Okay, you're self-assured. All right, so you just feel like everything's good. And that's not bad, of course. But so what's the reality here? We see, okay, we see controlling, but let's see. So what is the reality in your scenario, Taurus? Nope, I didn't do Sag yet. Sag is number 8, and we on number 5. All right, so let's see. What's the reality of your situation, Tauruses? Okay, we've got detached. Okay, yeah, Pisces. Okay. There could be some sort of fantasy involved here. Pisces rules fantasies and illusions if you are in ground yourself. I'm also getting, if there is a Pisces involved, the reality is we are, okay, detached from a, wow, that's a lot of people. So the reality is we are detached from a Pisces, a Sag, a Cancer, and a Leo. That's a lot of people. Why is this all in order like that? What? And a Taurus? Okay. So wow, that's, I don't know if I want to keep all those. What are you self-assured about, or what are you confident about here, Taurus? That was a lot of people in a row. Oh, okay. Indulgence. This is not a time for you to indulge in something. So I feel like the reality is you are detached from like the outcome or how you're going to feel later. This is not a good, do not overeat, drink, smoke. Like, you're kind of in energy where you're like, oh yeah, I could do this, or I could spend this money, or I could eat this, or this is not, do not eat too much today. Don't do too much. Yes, positive light. These are my oracle cards. They're up in the store, by the way, if y'all want them. If you join as a member on the YouTube, you get both decks. All right, so that is an option too. But yes, these are up there. I also have a digital tarot journal if you want to learn how to do tarot and you kind of jot things down, but I'll explain that. But yeah, I feel like you're like, yeah, I can do whatever. Yeah, fantasize. Yeah, maybe you're just literally just fantasizing all day. Yeah, don't waste too much time. You're just kind of fantasizing, or like maybe this is maladaptive daydreaming. Maybe you just feel like you got to a good point in your career, you got to a good point money wise, you can just indulge. But I feel like in this scenario, I would consider your health definitely. I'm not sure why all this energy is here, all these extra folks, but I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to question it. All right, what else? Let's see. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so what is the outcome of you grounding yourself? Then we're going to get the tarot here. Okay, we've got desire and community. Okay, maybe in reality you want more people around you. You're going to realize you would want more people. Yeah, there's a high priestess, so that's just confirming. So you may realize at the end of it, you know, maybe it's a scenario where it's like, you know how people be like, oh, I got money or whatever, but I don't have nobody to share it with, or I have everything, but I don't have anybody to share it with, or something like that. All right, so let's see. Don't eat too much. Don't drink too much. Slow down. Not too much sugar. Don't smoke all day. Let's get 8 cards. Let's see. The 5 of Wands, the Moon card, the Lovers, the 6 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Literally, I feel like something about bad food. I can't explain why it's a long story. I won't explain it, but literally, I feel like there's bad food or something like that. So be careful. Or you just do it like it's too much going on. It's too much energy like conflicting. Also, this combination, this is like air and water. So this is definitely fantasized. You got Gemini and the Moon card. All right, so the Moon card can either be Cancer or Pisces. Typically, I do it as a Cancer here. It looks like you could be also fantasizing about something from the past here. I feel like you're going to think that something from the past still applies. I also see your money going down in doing this, so just pay attention to that as well. If it's not your money, I feel like if you were really fit, like your body, Pentacles can be your physical body. It like it's messing up your body. Somebody in some case may be losing weight. It just depends on what you're overindulging on. I'm also getting to, if we're talking about body parts, the Lovers rules the lungs. So I don't know if somebody's smoking a lot. Cancer rules your breast, ladies. So they do say like alcohol can lead to breast cancer. It just depends on what you're indulging in. All right. But it's coming out as fantasy. It's coming out like you're daydreaming. What else are you daydreaming about, Taurus? I feel like you're really self-assured. You're like, yes, I can. Maybe you're just like, I can get whatever I want, or you know. But what else are you fantasizing about? Wow, yeah, laughter. You have like all kinds of like, you're just indulging. It's okay. All right. Well, let's see. Okay. This is pretty straightforward. What is the outcome of you, I guess, overindulging so that you know what could occur, I guess? It's just, okay, arrogance. Yeah, so you got self-assured and then there's arrogance. Okay. Oh, this may even lead to you missing a better opportunity for yourself to do something. You're like, no, I don't need that. I'm not worried about that. Okay. What would you have an opportunity to do here? Okay, there's professionalism. Looks like a job. All right, looks like a job here. But yeah. If this is at work, your job might be, they may not like, it sounds like my daughter failed. It may not like that you're breaking some sort of rules or regulations here. All right, so just, you know, be realistic in what's going on. All right. These are pretty simple today. They're pretty, yeah. It's pretty calm. Maybe because Sundays are calm. I be saying that every Sunday. Like, I don't know what it is about Sunday, but the readings are just like very straightforward. Make sure I got all the cards here. Okay, somebody did a $5 question, so I'm gonna do that real quick, y'all, before we do the rest. I just got the notification, so hold on 1 second, y'all. So after I do this question, we have Cancer, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aries, Virgo, Gemini, and Scorpio left. All right, so I'm going to do the $5 question. If you are watching, you can stay anonymous if you don't want everybody in your business or anything. I got your question. And I am going to timestamp the personal question in case they're not looking or in case they still on the PayPal. So hold on 1 second. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting the question. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. So the question is, why do I keep getting so triggered and in my head every time I see my ex with his other child? We have 2 kids together, but he only bothers with the one he has with another woman. Okay, so before I even pull the cards, men that operate like that, 9 times out of 10, they're just doing that because that woman takes better care of them. But let me write that down for you. I'm gonna write the question real quick and I'll pull the cards. Okay. All right, so the question was why do you get triggered and he's only spending time with the other child or spending more time with the other child? So let's see, what is your energy when you are triggered? Uh-oh. That was a lot. Let's see, what is your energy or what is the root of you getting triggered? What is the root of you getting triggered here? Okay, you got Aquarius. I'm not sure if somebody's zodiac sign is Aquarius. All right, but we got Aquarius, golden opportunity and professionalism, unexpected, and then dogmatic. So it's a mindset. So this, okay, so it's like when you see him with this child, it's the mindset around having a child with him or how you thought it would go. So I don't know if you guys, maybe you used to be married or maybe you feel like, you were the first family or something like that. He's with the other child. So that could be what it is too, but it's definitely a mindset about this. Let's see what else. We can ask why he does that. So what's the root of him doing that, spending more time with the other child than you? Let's see. Interesting. It's a solution to something. All right. Before we continue, the men might get mad at this. All right, so let's see what's the issue? Arrogance. All right, what is the solution? Being around, I guess, being with this kid. Okay, we got restraint, controlling, and conflict. So basically, I'm going to pull cards, but basically it stops him from having to deal with his responsibilities. It stops him from it allows him to be able to control the competition or conflict between the two of you. I feel like too, the way that this started as far as how your family unit was, this is typically Aquarius energy is ruled by Saturn. All right, so Aquarius energy being ruled by Saturn is like something that everybody does, right? Something that we typically pay attention to. You could have felt like, okay, if I do things right, right? Like if I get married first and have a kid, or if I'm in a long relationship with him and have a child, then things should go right. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of leads to a mindset of like you continuously thinking about it. I'm also getting to your perspective. You look at it like that's an opportunity. All right, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. A lot of people just assume that a father being in somebody's life is automatically an opportunity for that child. That is not always the case. A father is not always an automatic, like, great thing for a kid to have. It boils down to character, what type of person that man is, what are they gonna lead that child to do. Sometimes, quite frankly, some children are better off without a man around. It just depends on who that man is. I'm not saying in every case. And before somebody gets upset, I grew up with my father. I had my father. My parents were married. Everybody in my family was married except for me. So I'm not, it don't come from, sometimes that father may not be a great addition. I feel like that is a mindset. All right. So you may feel like, oh, they're getting an opportunity that I'm not getting. You know, why is he with the other kid? It's a solution. It solves he's with that woman and that other child because it's a solution for him. Let's get a card of advice for you. What energy should you be in this situation for yourself? Yeah, ground yourself. Yep. So it's a mindset. It's just a mindset. It's in your head. Because what else are you thinking here? I feel like you view it as a great opportunity, but what else are you thinking here? See, this, you think you desire it. You think you want that. You may even think that he like loves being around that kid so much more. That don't always be it. Yeah, desire and status quo. You think you want to fit in. You think you want to have the same family structure as everybody else or something that you grew up with. It's not always desirable. In reality, what will you be able to see or feel for yourself? And I will timestamp this. Have faith. All right. So, yeah. I'm promising it's out of your hands. I feel like also you have to realize it's nothing you can do to control him. It's nothing you can do to control really. You could barely control children, to be honest. They still go grow up and do what they want to do. So you cannot control anybody. You have to let them do what they want to do. But it doesn't look like it was going to be a good idea or a good ideal situation for you anyway. All right. All right, so that was a personal question, y'all. If you're wondering, that's how I do the personal questions. All right, it's just a little quick reading. So with personal questions, when you catch me live, guys, you can do them for $5. You can either do Super Chat, Cash App, or PayPal. That's how we do it. PayPal, she was able to fit the question in there. If you would rather do that so nobody sees your question and you don't want people in your business, go ahead and do that. Super Chat, you just put it right in there. Cash App, I don't think you can fit that many characters. So, but yeah. All right, y'all. So that was a $5 question. I'm going to timestamp that. And then Cancer, we're going to do Cancer next. Let me drink some tea. I don't know what that sentence means, Steve. I don't know what that means. All right. Let's see. We got Capricorn, or sorry, Cancer. All right, so what energy should you be in, Cancers? What energy should you be in for yourself currently? What energy should the Cancers be in for themselves? Get y'all a good shuffle. Okay, laughter. All right, so today is a good day for you to have fun, okay? Do something you enjoy. Watch something funny. Play some games. Yeah. That's laughter. But don't take something too seriously. All right, what else is the situation at hand here? Okay, self-assured was Taurus. So if you're dealing with a Taurus, they may face a reality check a little bit. But what's funny for you? What are you able to laugh about or enjoy here? Damn, a blockage. I feel like there is going to be a blockage for a Taurus. Because they came out as self-assured and they were kind of in their head a little bit. They weren't being very realistic. But I'm getting like you're going to be happy that something is blocked. You could be happy that something is protected here. Yeah, you literally, somebody's blocked from like flaunting something off. It's like, no. Yes, Maya, I showed everybody your card. That's my sister on TikTok. And I made a clip already and I wrote down the timestamp and I will make a clip of your card. This is how Virgos act, y'all. You see this. You see how Virgos do. Okay. All right, anywho. Thank you. We are focused. All right. So somebody is blocked from flaunting, okay? They're blocked from flaunting and they have to focus. They have to be realistic. All right, so that is what's going on. That is what you're going to find to be funny. Um if it happens to you, if you have like a Cancer and a Taurus placement, it could be like an ironic sort of situation. It's okay, laugh it off. Make sure you focus on something. All right, so let's see. So something's going to be funny about this. I do feel like it deals with the Taurus. All right, so let's get 8 cards. Let's see. 8 cards here. Okay, you got the 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, Page of Cups. That could be you. I sometimes look at that as a Cancer. All right, you got the Justice, Page of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and then the Knight of Swords. So the, excuse me, y'all. The major arcana that came out is a Libra. It looks like a Libra is going to say something very, maybe a little harsh. Their advice was to listen to a Virgo or to deal with a Virgo here. All right. I feel like, too, there was whoever, if this was a Taurus and they were kind of fantasizing, they were missing like a realistic standpoint. All right. So there was no reality. Somebody is waiting or dreaming. They could be basing something off of words. Somebody could be basing something off of words that somebody shared or said. And I feel like the cause and effect of that is somebody's going to see the actual reality that something is based simply on words or an idea. All right, so, but your energy came out as laughter. So let's see what else. What are you going to be doing in laughter? And then we'll see, we'll just clarify that again. You may literally be holding in your laughter. You're trying to resist laughing. Okay. You're not even going to be able to like not laugh at this. Like you're going to, yeah, you got the 2 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. You're trying to hold in your laughter. Okay. What else is blocked? What's causing the blockage really quick? And then we'll see what else is blocked out. All right, yeah. Somebody being very sure or very professional. Somebody's going to actually tell someone no. Okay. What's being blocked out here? I feel like somebody's not going to be able to like show something off. That's funny. Okay. It could be a Gemini. All right, literally somebody is not going to be able to show something that they thought of or show an idea that they came up with. Okay. Let's clarify what else is the blockage really quick in the King of Swords. Wow, the bright side. Okay, so somebody's fantasizing too much, or somebody just assumes that something in the outcome is going to be good. I feel like too, somebody is that they could be assuming that a Pisces is going to do something for them, but somebody's being very like in an illusion. And that could be what's stopping somebody from being able to show off something that they've done. I feel like too, if it is the Taurus, their energy was that they hadn't done any work yet, or they hadn't really fully completed something yet. So they showed it off. All right, but you're in laughter. You get to, I guess, laugh at somebody. That's your... What else is the outcome for the Cancers here? Okay, we're going to do Capricorn. Let's see. What is the outcome for the Cancers? Isaac, I know that's a lie. I always get a compliment on my voice. I've been getting complimented on my voice since high school, so I don't care. All right, what's the outcome here? Let's see. Oh, you Cancer. So maybe you get a deal. Maybe something works out in your favor instead of a Taurus. Okay, you got Cancer and Time. All right, you got Sagittarius, Gemini. I feel like the outcome for you, maybe you get to spend time with a Sag, Gemini energy. if you're wondering, I feel like you get to be happy because that Taurus is blocked. Like say you're competing with a Taurus at work or something like that. It goes to you. All right, the opportunity goes to you or something like that. I'm also getting to literally if you're wondering what should you do today, go enjoy something, have fun. All right. That was Cancer. Capricorn is next. Let's see. You said Taurus thought he was going to stunt on you with a Gemini or a Virgo. All right now. Okay. All right, Capricorn is next. Let's see. Capricorn. As the trolls get worse, y'all, that just means, you know, that means it's growing. The YouTube is growing. All right, Capricorns, let's see. So yesterday, Capricorn, I do remember your advice was to do it solo. Your energy kind of came out in, child, I don't remember. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it was Leo. All right, so let's see. Let's see, Capricorns. What energy should you be in for yourself, Capricorn? Oh my God. That's a huge bug on my window. That is disgusting. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I hope that's outside. That's outside, right? That's your big as shit. Oh, hell no. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. That distracted me. Is that a cicada or something? Golly. All right. I apologize, Capricorns. Okay, what is the what energy should you be in, Capricorns? Let's see. Jesus Christ. What energy should you be in? Okay, so Capricorn should actually be self-assured. Okay, so you should be self-assured, all right? You should feel confident in yourself. Let me write that down for Capricorn because you guys have been getting a lot of energy of the self lately. That is crazy. I'm traumatized. I want to go kill it right now. All right, so self-assured. What should you be self-assured about, Capricorn? So you should feel confident. Also, the difference between like self-assured and maybe like arrogance. Arrogance kind of includes other people. You don't need to go to anybody else. This is going to be something where you validate yourself. All right. If nobody else tells you you're doing a good job today, you're fine. All right. So what do you need to be self-assured about here, Capricorns? Okay, focus. So if you're wondering whether or not if you should focus on an idea, a plan, a goal, go ahead and do it. If you're wondering if it's going to pan out, you're good as long as you're actually focused on something. All right, you got focus and be different and do it solo. That was your thing yesterday. Okay, let's see what else. If you're wondering, because sometimes people are like, well, I don't know what to focus on, or you know, things like that. So let's see what else is it most important for you to focus on right now. Or maybe you're like, oh, I got so many ideas, I don't know where to start. That's definitely me. You have ignored. All right, but what else should you focus on here? I got a lot of ideas that I am coming up with. Oh, damn, it came back out. Ignore. Okay. Yeah, block out the noise. Ooh, ignore authority. Okay. What is authority? So this could be an authoritative figure. This could be I'll explain what I can compare that to. But what is authority trying to tell you here? So this could be somebody in your family, maybe. Interesting. So somebody's saying that something needs to be done in public. There's flaunt. That's what I meant instead of arrogant. So somebody's telling you that something needs to be shown off. Okay, so like in the age now that we're in, everybody's always like, okay, post this. You gotta post the content. You gotta post what you're working on. You gotta post when you build it, when you do it, when you blah blah blah. Instead of just posting the final product, I feel like something's okay for you to post the final product. Like to give you an example, like I know for me, I know I want to do a lot of content, but I also am trying to finish like certain products that I was coming up with, like digital products and digital ideas. So it's like I'll be like, dang, like should I do this? Should I do the content? But if you're doing something by yourself in quiet, that is okay. All right, that's fine. And nobody sees what you're working on right now, that's okay. I'm also getting to somebody could be, maybe you get the idea traditionally that you need input from other people with flaunt. All right, but you're okay. Continue focusing. All right, what else does this have to do with for you, Capricorns? Let's see. What else does this have to deal with? Okay, being different. All right, yeah. All right, be different. Yeah, be different, contemplate conflict and golden opportunity. So if you, and then, okay, blocking out a liar. We're going to see what that's, okay. All right, but you got be different. Let's get 8 cards for you. Sag is next, y'all. I see my Sag is in the chat. Sag is next. All right, let's get 8 cards here. Let's see. Okay, King of Pentacles. Yeah, see, there's the 6 of Wands. That's the flaunting part, right? So it's like, if you're looking at something, looking at a project, a goal, and you're like, damn, am I supposed to show this off? Or it's not time yet. Okay, you got the Lovers and the Queen of Wands. There could be a Gemini involved. 8 of Pentacles, there's your intuition. Okay, there's the Strength, and then the 9 of Wands. Now, flaunt energy is Leo. So if there's not a Leo involved, Leo is our pride, our ego, things like that. So maybe you could be not comfortable yet to show something. Interesting, because it's not, okay, you got Gemini and Leo out. Let's see. Somebody may be offended that you're working on something by yourself instead of sharing the idea with them. But it just depends. Let's see. What else? What's the Lovers here really quick? Okay, money inflow. All right. So maybe you're wondering, maybe you're coming up with ideas on how to make money. I feel like what you're focusing on, you'll be okay. All right. Yeah, all right. If you're wondering, so what is the best thing to generate income for you, Capricorn? Some of you may receive income from a Gemini. I don't know if you know a Gemini, partner with them or whatever, but where would you have your money income from, Capricorns? I feel like it is a result of you focusing. Okay, it's going to, oh, wow. Yep. It comes from you blocking out people. Wow. It could be blocking out people's opinions. Yep, that was your advice. Your advice yesterday was do it solo. All right. That's pretty much, yours is pretty simple. So do something independently. Maybe you could be watching somebody and wondering how did they do that. They focused on something by themselves. They focused on that idea. Because I feel like, when you start to get other people's opinions, then, or like say you're coming up with an idea. If you're coming up with that idea specifically like, oh, this is what people like, that may not be the best for you. Because I feel like you already came up with this idea on your own. What else is your intuition telling you with the High Priestess? Let's see. Yeah, oh, wow, unpromising. Yeah, I feel like you know not to work with someone else. I'm also getting too, there's going to be some idea you're going to see that it costs a lot of money. So somebody may be giving that idea, but something costs a lot of time and a lot of money here. I'm going to, let's see, what else do you know is unpromising? If you want to include people, do not. Like, this is not, this is not the time to include this person. Yeah, solution. I feel like somebody does not have a solution to something. Okay, I feel like too, if they're, okay, let's see. What is the Strength card here really quick? So you showing off something or including other people. Oh, damn, intuition again. These are really synced up, y'all. So yes, follow your intuition. Yes, that's me, okay? But yeah. Okay, there could be something of you dealing with a Virgo as well. Virgo came back out. There's Maya, my sister. She wanted to see her card. She gone. She's not even on here. She's not even watching. She's not even supporting the dream. Not even supporting the channel. You see how they do you? I'm just playing. All right. So you got honesty and liar next to each other. That's interesting. All right. Well, yes. Do it solo. Do it by yourself. Do it by yourself, y'all. All right. Sagittarius is next. I'm going to clip that one too. I'm going to post that too, that she wasn't on here. Now you got Sag next. If y'all got personal questions, you want to do the $5 questions, y'all can do them now, and I'll do them after the Sag reading. So just, either PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat on YouTube. All right, let's see. Sagittarius is... Sag gang. Let's see, Sagittarius. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Sagittarius, for yourself today? Let's see. What is the most important energy for you to be in for yourself, or most important action to take? Okay, Cancer. All right, so if these are people, work with a Cancer, spend time with a Cancer, be around a Cancer, listen to a Cancer. They may give you advice. All right, what is this Cancer going to tell you to do or advise you to do? Y'all know I always look at a Cancer as kind of like a transitional person, a transitional phase, bringing you from one stage to the next. That's just personally how I look at it. And I do see Cancer and Sag together a lot. To me, like in the tarot, Cancer is a chariot, so it's a vehicle, and Sag is travel and expanding your horizons. So that could be why, that kind of energy comes out just on a spiritual note. All right, what effect will this Cancer have for you? What they may give you advice or tell you to do something, things like that. But what effect will this be here? Ooh, okay, authority. Interesting. Let's see, authority and money inflow. Okay, they may give you an idea. Okay, you got blockage, incomplete, and conflict. So they don't want you to get distracted. There's something about you focusing. Even though I didn't pull that card, something stops something from being incomplete. All right, but they may tell you like, yeah, this is a good idea for you to get money. I feel like too, they're telling you that you receiving money is up to you, as far as like maybe like controlling your emotions, things like that. They may be telling you that like an authority figure is receiving money for something. It just depends on what the scenario is, but we'll see. That Cancer will give you the advice though. If you do not know a Cancer, Cancer can be your child. All right, Cancer rules children, mothers and children. It could be your mother. Cancer is also the past. If there is something that you went through in the past and you remember this occurring. But yeah, authority and money inflow. All right, authority typically too could be like needing to own something, doing something on your own. But we'll figure that out. All right. What is this solution as well? Or what is this scenario? What else does this have to deal with here? Okay, having faith. All right. So maybe you don't believe in something occurring, or maybe you don't believe in something going on. This is also my spiritual card, y'all. So if there's anything spiritual that you're doing, trying to manifest, writing things down, meditating, that is what this has to deal with. If you're like, oh no, this is not going to work, blah, 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 it's okay. All right, so a Cancer is going to tell you what to do. They may inspire you, or they may give you advice. All right. Now, oh yeah, Cancer had laughter. So they were supposed to be laughing, joking, having fun. All right, you didn't come out in their reading, I don't think. All right, so you came out in the... I'm not going to overthink it. All right, let's get 8 cards here. I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to overthink it. All right, so you got the Knight of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, the Magician, and then the 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Got the 9 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Here's the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like something does grow. All right, you got the 7 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. You might... Okay, so here you go with money inflow. So there could be somebody receiving money for something. That could be what somebody's telling you. Because I do see the Nine of Swords. I'm going to clarify what you're worried about. Somebody's like, yeah, they just get paid to say that, or they get paid for that. But I feel like with money inflow, everybody wants to know where money will come from. So let's focus on that for the Saggies. But what else can you do to receive income or generate income here? Let's see. Okay, that Capricorn energy, you could either work with a Capricorn or you guys likely have Capricorn placements. Like a Sag is probably a Mercury in Capricorn, all right? It could be something going back to school. Capricorn does rule long-term resources. It is Saturn ruled, all right? But Sagittarius is watch the Capricorn reading. To sum up the Capricorn reading, it was about them doing something on their own without needing reassurance. But I feel like in your reading, the interesting part is a Cancer is going to reassure you of this. If you don't know a Cancer, say you're like a Capricorn moon or a Capricorn rising, that person is a Cancer moon, Cancer rising, something like that. All right, Capricorn energy is an initiator. It is cardinal. Yeah, bravery. All right, so if you're wondering, I'm also getting two. Even though Capricorn can be traditions, it's also like starting a tradition. Capricorn energy, like Capricorns may be the oldest in the family, or like something's new about them. They start a new tradition in the family. So you're going to have to be brave enough to do what? Let's see. Capricorn is that's definitely authority right there. All right, but what else do you need to have bravery to do here? And then we'll see what the interesting indulgence. All right, you got indulgence, status quo, and contemplate. So normally people overthink or something like that. What might be the worry here with the Nine of Swords? And we're going to see what the root of that worry is. What are you worried about here? Okay, you could be worried about a literal... Okay, so there's Aries, Leo, and flaunt. Okay, and arrogance. Okay, so if you don't know an Aries and a Leo, you may feel like you are being too like audacious, or you're coming off too arrogant by showing something off. That could be what you're worried about. Okay. You feel like that, you feel like the more you show something off, that puts you maybe in the public eye, or somebody's going to be looking at you too much or paying attention to you too much. Where does that worry stem from? What's the root of that worry for you? Something unexpected. Okay. So maybe, okay, what do you normally expect here? You could be in an unexpected season in your life that you just didn't plan for. Oh. So I feel like you feel like something is out of your control. That's why you have authority over money inflow. Somebody's like, no, this is how you get it. So somebody may give you an advice on how to get it. Maybe some of you want to start a side hustle, a business. Maybe you want to be a manager. You know, you may want to be a manager. You may want to do freelancing, supervising, something like that. But you're expecting something to be out of your hands. I feel like that's why you have the Magician. It's not. Okay, what else do you feel like is out of your hands with like maybe your career or money inflow? Okay, doing something by yourself. You may feel like you're forced to do something by yourself. Yeah, and commit. Okay. What are you going to realize as unexpected? Looks like it's... Okay, yeah, there's observe. Okay, you got transformation and smooth sailing. So something is going to become smoother and easier. All right. Smooth sailing encourages you to take action. All right, cool. That's a cool reading. All right, Sagittarius. So just, you have more authority than you think. It's okay. Let's see what else we can get. Now, I always say, like, the Magician is you're able to make something work. What else do you need to tap into to make this work here for yourself? I feel like you have bravery. Yeah, you're good. You're good. King of Cups, Star card, Three of Cups, and then a Knight of Cups. Could be something dealing with an Aquarius here. Did I do Aquarius yet? I did. I don't remember what their reading was. All right, what's the outcome for you, Sagittarius? Let's see. What is the outcome here for you? Let's see. Okay, you got Gemini. Uh-oh. worried. Okay, you got Pisces and then detached. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, so if that's the energy, like a thought pattern, your emotion, it's like your thought patterns. If you're starting out worried, you need to detach from the outcome. If you're worried about something not working right, working correctly or working right, you may be like, oh my God, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be nervous. Da, da, da. Try your best to detach from the outcome. All right, so you are good in this case. Your reading is pretty good. I feel like a Cancer is going to give you that advice. If there's any people involved, there's something with a Gemini and a Pisces, but I don't know what that has to do with y'all. So, all right, that was Sagittarius. Okay, these cards are so clear, y'all. These readings gonna be like that. I love these decks. I'm gonna have to come up with some more decks or something. They're so fun. Okay, Sagittarius. That was a good reading. All right, Aries. Why do you keep calling me Foxy Brown? You know what's crazy? When I used to have an afro, men would always say Foxy Brown. Now I don't even have an afro. And you're just saying it just to say it. Shout out to Foxy Brown, though. Pam Grier. All right, let's see. She was kind of wild. She was wild. I be thinking about like somebody looking like Pam Grier and messing with Richard Pryor. I guess, girl. All right, but let's do Aries, especially because of what he did. But that's another story for another time. Actually, we could tell that story. Thanks. I'll take the compliment. Pam Grier is beautiful. So I will appreciate that. But yeah, no, I don't know if I can even say all this on TikTok, but he put a substance on his member before they would have intercourse. And that is why she could not have children. It calcified her uterus. Watch out, ladies, because she was too fine for that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he did. Yep, Richard Pryor did that. So that's why she couldn't have kids. Calcified her uterus. I did not do Virgo yet. Virgo is next. But yep. That's what happens. So don't be out here, oh, date the ugly man. That's what they do to you, because he was not cute enough for all that. Pam Grier could have got anybody she wanted, I'm sure. But anywho, y'all know I always got a story for y'all. Y'all know I always got a story. Okay, let's get started, for real. So take that. I have a million stories about women who need to remember how beautiful they are. I pay attention to that. I think that is the biggest. That's the biggest thing that women need to remember in life. Okay? We could go on for days. A lot of examples, ladies. Don't forget it. I forgot it once. Don't do it to yourself. I went through a very, very ugly phase in life. Don't let it happen to you. Okay? All right. Aries. Y'all are next. Y'all are next. And then, so what we got left is, real quick, we got Aries, Virgo, Gemini, and Scorpio. All right, so that's what's next. Those are the ones that's left. You said, better a woman who's beautiful and doesn't know it. You see what they saying? You see how the fellas think? They tell on themselves. Why would you want a woman to not know they're beautiful? Why? Think about that. They tell themselves. Ain't nobody asking to put that in the chat. I'm telling you. They tell on themselves. I'm going to clip that too as a warning. I'm telling y'all. Ooh, you married outside your race? I don't know, girl. I don't know if I can do that yet. You said because women are stuck up when they know they're beautiful. All right, Steve. You give me money on here, so you just say whatever you want. All right. Aries is next. Anywho's. All right, so what's the energy surrounding the Aries? What, actually, I should say, what energy should you be in, Aries? What energy should you be in, Aries? You said that's the same thing you said you never thought you would. Okay, the energy that Aries should be in is community. All right, community. You said maybe you should date outside your race because the brothers are lost. I don't know, guys. I'll be on the fence because they will take you out. Okay, they meet somebody new, they will kill you and the kids by dinner time so they can go on that date. So I don't know. I don't know. Not saying that that will happen, Cheyenne. I'm not saying that's your situation. But I've seen it a million times. And, you know, any man of any race can be abusive and violent. So really, but still, they be wilding. I don't know. All right, Aries. So you guys should be in community. You said stop. I got it. Listen, that's the one thing I be scared. They scary to me. Y'all see the Lindsay Clancy trial? I know y'all see that Clancy trial. I told y'all about that. That man drugged her and strangled them kids and framed her and then married somebody that looked just like her 4 months later. Hell no. Hell no. What's the other dude? I think his name was Chris. The one that, like, he did something. The lady was pregnant or whatever. He killed the kids and took her out. Y'all better listen. I don't know. A black man will cheat on you. They'll cheat. Black men can be abusive. That's not mutually exclusive. But I'd rather be able to walk away. So I don't know. You said you'll get him before he gets you. I feel you on that. All right, girl. You got it. Oh, yeah, Chris Pratt. Yeah, there's a lot of them stories. I don't know. They just can't. They can just get a divorce. It was another story, too. That doctor that he tried to throw his wife over the cliff. And she didn't go, like they was fighting or whatever, and somebody caught them fighting. He tried to like stab her with syringes. They crazy. Just get a divorce. These a black man would just leave you. But anywho, just leave me, please. I don't need alimony. Just please go. I will live, please. But anywho, community. Aries, this is your card. Sorry, Aries, but listen, your advice is community. All right. I said your name wrong. I said Cheyenne. Look like Shavon. All right, community Aries. Let's focus, guys. Let's focus. Let's focus. Steve said, Steve is really, Steve said that people don't cheat when they're happy. Men will cheat all the time. It doesn't matter what you do. All right. It does not matter what you do. A man will cheat if he wants to. We weren't talking about cheating. We were talking about unaliving and abuse. So we are not talking about cheating. We're talking about danger and violence. The women knew what I was talking about, Steve, okay? The women know that was a woman's conversation. That wasn't really for you. Okay. Let's focus, guys. All right, Aries, I'm sorry. Matter of fact, I should just change the timestamp for Aries. But we'll leave that little segment in there. I'm going to timestamp that segment. Because a lot of women watch tarot for love. Okay? Start watching it for other stuff too. You can watch for love, but there's other stuff going on. All right, Aries, y'all should be in a community. All right? So with this can be family, co-workers. If you're thinking about like your job or anything like that, this is a good time to network. All right, this is a good time to be around people. Do not isolate yourself, okay? Now if you need advice, because Capricorn needed to kind of focus and do something by themselves. Now, if you need advice, I will go to your peers or talk to people or listen to people. Community, y'all know, is also like my Aquarius energy, so it could be. It's okay. That's why you let men talk long enough. They will always tell on themselves. Maya, you don't fuck with Capricorns. Who's a Capricorn that you... Okay, we'll talk about that later. I'll call you later. Who don't you like that's a Capricorn? You're a Capricorn rising. Okay, anyway, I'm ignoring her. All right, so community, Aries. What will community help you with here? What will community help you with? Okay, Gemini. All right. First of all, this can be literally your neighborhood. Like, I don't know if somebody's worried about where they live or anything like that. Like, okay, so there's a couple ways I could read this. Get advice on where to live at, where to move, like where to travel to, things like that. You're going to get information about your neighborhood. All right, so if you're, if you need to know about that. If this is something where somebody wants to know something about their siblings, all right, this could be your family, knowing something about your siblings, your cousins. But I feel like there's something about knowing about a neighborhood. You need to get opinions on this neighborhood. You need to watch, like, look at reviews on something before you make a decision. Now, if these are people, you may need community input or community help with something dealing with a Gemini. All right, that just depends. Okay, Gemini, and then we got money inflow. Okay, so if you're trying to get money for something, you need a group of people here. All right, so let's see. Maybe it's like crowdfunding or everybody works together or something like that. What else is the situation at hand here? Let's see. Okay, there's a blockage. Okay, so if you're wondering what's blocking it, if you're wondering how to get money for something, you need to, maybe you're wondering like what to do for your business or something like that. If you had a side hustle, you need a group of people. You need to build a community, or you need to advertise something. Or if it is like, say it's in the workplace, you got a 9 to 5, you definitely need a network, or you need to use like maybe nepotism, or let somebody put in a good word for you. But we're going to see what else is blocked out. Looks like maybe you're trying to get a Gemini to receive money, or you're trying to figure out how to receive money. The thing is community. All right, but what else is being blocked here? We're going to see what's blocking it. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Again, maybe you're blocking out you might be blocking out other people's opinions, but I feel like people around you in this scenario, they have a good opinion or good advice. All right, so what's being blocked out here? Okay, Cancer. So the Cancer is with the Sagittarius, first of all. All right, so the Cancers. Okay, so I pulled Aquarius too. All right, so a Cancer is being blocked out. Okay, what's blocking this Cancer? Maybe it's the Gemini. All right, but what is blocking this Cancer here? Or maybe something is blocking something from moving forward. That came out in the Sag reading. Okay, so, commit to you. Okay, so this is about you finding a solution, Aries. So, okay, if we're wondering, a Cancer needs help from other people. You have to allow somebody else to help them. All right, somebody is focused on you solving the problem, or they're relying on you to solve the problem. All right, so you may not be able to solve this for them. Yeah, perspective and do it solo. Exactly. Because your solution is always to do something alone. That's why your advice is community. All right, let's see. Or something could be blocking something from moving forward. Let's see. Something could be blocking something from moving forward. Okay, so you got the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Cups. So there's a Chariot. Okay. So the Cancer wants to move forward on something. They are inspired to walk away, leave, move forward. I feel like they may not be very attached, like emotionally, to an outcome, or like attached to the past here. All right, we got the Queen of Wands. So Sagittarius's advice was also Cancer energy, to listen to a Cancer, work with a Cancer, something like that. All right. Yeah, a new perspective on the strength, King of Wands, and in the world. All right, there could be a Leo involved too. So what are you currently, like, you kind of want that Cancer to do what? Kind of like just commit to only letting you do it? Yeah, you want them to do it alone. You want them to kind of not feel like they should work with other people. They should feel kind of strict. Like, you want a Cancer to really be strict, or like be real harsh. Okay, now remember, there's the Temperance. So Sag had Cancer come out in their reading. Cancer's advice was laughter. Okay, so that's, they might find it ironic. Like, say a Cancer's watching this reading, say they're with an Aries or something, they might find it ironic that an Aries is blocking them out. Yeah, because you're like, no, I have the solution. Where else are you at here, Aries? Yeah, there's community. That's your advice. What, I feel like people are advising you of something, then they must already be telling you something. So what are people around you telling you? Or you need to expand your network, like this Cancer is not the only person that you can work with or something like that. So let's see. So what else do you need to do with community? What are they trying to advise you to do? Maybe you feel like you're alone or something. Okay, yeah, they're trying to get you to look at something positively. So this is not the only person here. Yeah, laughter. That is what that Cancer is supposed to do. You're triggered by that. That's their advice. They're supposed to laugh or have fun or enjoy something. You're triggered by that, or okay, what else would be, let's see, what is the bright side of this scenario here with these people? They're like, no, look at something more positively, at least. So somebody could be like, hey, Aries, at least you don't have to do blah, blah, blah. It's something like that. What else is the bright side to your solution or your situation? Okay, you got authority. All right, Sagittarius. Okay, that's what came out. All right. All right, that's what came out. And yeah, Sag and Cancer is together. So the bright side is, if you're wondering, a Cancer is with a Sag. They're able to work with them. Authority coming out as Sag could be like a, I don't know, a parent or something like that, or somebody that they work for. Yeah, so all right, what's the outcome here for you? Let's see. Your ex is a Aries. All right, so what's the outcome here for you, Aries? Okay, the outcome here, you got Pisces relocate. It's out of your control and self-care. All right, could be something dealing with a Pisces, but in the end, you're like, yeah, this could be also relocating homes, relocating where you're trying to go. All right. That's your reading, Aries. Could be somebody with Aries placements. Okay, let's see. What are you talking about? Why are you talking about steroids and hip hop tarot? Is hip hop supposed to be an insult? Hip hop is the #1 music in the world. That doesn't insult me at all. All right, let's see. Virgo is next. I don't even know if the Virgo's still here. She's been harassing me. She's been harassing me for the past couple of minutes. So she better be here to watch her reading. But let's see. Let's see. Get all my timestamps together. And my clips. All right, Virgo. Let's see. Hi there. Welcome. Make sure y'all get the Oracle deck, y'all. Oracle deck and the Tarot deck is in my store. So I will only be using that. I'm not left-handed. I'm right-handed. So I don't know if the video is... I don't know if the video is mirrored or something. I'm right-handed. All right, Virgos. What is the most important energy for the Virgos to be in? Let's see. Most important energy for the Virgos to be in here. Okay, controlling. All right, so you need to control something, Virgos. That's right up Virgo's alley. Where's she at? My sister disappeared. She needs to see that. All right, but no, you need to control something. All right, something needs to be in your hands. All right, so what do you need to control here? What do you need to control, Virgos? Okay, flaunt. All right, so if you want to flaunt something or show something off, maybe you need to not, or this could be somebody outside of you. You need to control also how something appears or how often something is seen. Because what are we showing off here? I feel like, too, you're in control of whether or not something is shown. All right, but what else needs to be shown here with flaunt? Or what is being shown? Okay, self-care. All right, you got money outflow and then have faith. Okay, let me get one more. Dogmatic. What is this? What else does this have to do with? What else is this situation? So control how something is shown off here. Okay, a worry. Okay. So that could be why have faith came out. Let's see. That came out. Sagittarius had Cancer and they were supposed to have faith in something. But who's worried in your reading? It could be you. But who's worried here? And we're going to see what we're worried about. Okay, a Taurus. Oh, okay. Now, first of all, Virgos, if this is you in the moment, you could be worried about your resources right now. All right, so of course, control what you're spending or whatever with money outflow. But I feel like this is a person. It could be a Taurus. So Taurus is reading. They had an energy where they needed to ground themselves. They were being too, like, they were fantasizing too much. So I don't know if a Taurus watched the reading, now they're worried, but we're going to see what they're worried about. All right. I know you're always worried about something. Just like, I'm not going to say that on live. Okay, so what might you be worried about? Let's see. What is Taurus energy worried about? Or you have a Taurus placement, some of you. You may be like a Taurus moon, Taurus rising. But what is somebody worried about here? What are they worried about? Okay, a Pisces. Okay, literally. So if this is within yourself, Taurus is your current energy, your current finances, worried about the outcome. All right, worried about how something will be. But if these are people, a Taurus can be worried about a Pisces. All right. Okay, what are we worried is going to occur here? But that's why you have control and flaunt. What are we worried is going to occur? Laughter. What? That's what Cancer's advice was. So this is the thing, right? Taurus was supposed to be more grounded in reality. Taurus energy and Pisces. Pisces is about fantasizing and illusions and things like that. Things that we hope for. Maybe they're worried that somebody's going to laugh at them. Literally. Because Cancer was happy that something was blocked out. Like, Cancer was happy that Taurus got blocked out for being like too self-assured, like something was already complete. They didn't have to put any more work for something. All right, but yeah, control your situation. All right, so let's see. What energy should you be in control? And let's pick a card for that. And I'm going to get 8 more after that. So what energy should you be in with control? Okay, so it does have, you got control flying. It does have something with money outflow. So with control, you may be in a room full of people. There's a lot of people involved. Okay, yeah. There's a hermit. There you go, Virgo. So I feel like you get to, if you're controlling flaunt, right, you need to control what people are seeing, what people get to see about you. Now we do have self-care, money outflow, and have faith. All right, it looks dogmatic. Okay, I'm also getting to, just a side note, if there is a belief system, like, you know how people say with money, like, oh, you should just let it flow, put the money out, blah, 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 it'll come back to you. That may not be a good belief system to believe in. Like, I don't believe automatically, like, oh, letting money flow automatically brings it back. But some people do talk about that. So it just depends. Like some people will say, oh, if you're holding on to money, then you'll lose it or blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that could be what's going on. But literally you have to control the room. This could be at work with the 10 of Pentacles. All right. So, all right. So let's get 8 more cards. Yeah, there's money outflow. So spending money. Got 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 2 of Wands. You got the Death card. All right, you got Scorpio energy, Page of Wands, and then the Empress. So the Empress sometimes can be you, Virgo, as well. But literally there is a Scorpio saying something to a woman. This energy is being expressed. Somebody is expressing this. Okay. 10 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles. Here's the 7 of Swords. All right. Let's see what the 7 of Swords is really quick. First of all, actually, let's slow down. What is the Death energy? So you're going to have to control the room or control the narrative. All right, so a Scorpio is repeating something. They always do this. What do they always do? Now, you know Scorpio is a repetitive cycle, or it is, what am I trying to say? Change is constant. So what do they repetitively do here? Okay, there's an opportunity, contemplate, and then unpromising. So okay, this is the thing. Because we're talking about worries here. Every time somebody gets an opportunity, they look at what's negative about it. They don't see the good in it. They just see something negative. That's literally what, every time somebody gets an opportunity, they contemplate and then they see that it's unpromising or they see that something is wrong with it. Okay. And so what is the Scorpio energy doing? And this can be all energy within yourself, y'all. Okay, there's bright side, there's Aquarius, and then perspective. What might be unpromising about the opportunity that somebody sees? We're going to see what the 7 of Swords is. Okay, the rules and regulations. All right. So somebody literally, they're like, okay, I can do this, but there's too many rules to follow, or there's too many regulations, or there's too many instructions. So I feel like somebody just doesn't do it. All right, let's see what the 7 of Swords is. What is somebody's intended outcome? Because that's normally like sneakiness or something. Oh, you, Virgo. That's your card. Okay. Okay, what's actually going to occur? So that's why you have to control something. Yeah, authority. That did come out in a Sag reading. All right, yeah, I feel like you're the authoritative figure. Yeah, community. It's right there. So yeah, either somebody may be trying to get you on their side. All right, I feel like too, you're going to have to control what, maybe somebody's trying to say something out loud to a group of people. You're going to have to control the room or control the narrative. All right. Let me see an outcome for y'all. Let's see. What is the outcome for the Virgos here? Let's see. Okay, we got sadness. Do it solo. There's Libra and Leo. You're going to have to... Okay, so there's the manipulation. Yeah. Somebody desires... Okay, so you're going to notice that somebody desires compassion in this scenario. That is why you're going to have to control the narrative or control the situation. All right, now that may be why sadness is coming out, because you're like, I don't want to have to do that or something, but that may be for the other individual as well. All right, that is Virgo. That's Virgo. Who's next? Gemini is next. We got Gemini, and then Scorpio is last today. Let me get all my decks separated. Make sure y'all order y'all decks. I'm shipping them tomorrow. I'm going to do readings in the morning and then head to the post office and ship them out. All right, Geminis. All right, cool. Make sure everything's in the right deck. Okay, what's the time stamp? Let's see. All right, Geminis. All right, so what is this? What energy should you be in, Geminis, for yourself? What energy should you be in? Let's see. What energy should you be in, Geminis? Or what action should you take for yourself? Okay, status quo. All right, so in this case, it's important for you to look at what everybody else is doing. This is not a time to stand out. This is not a time to be different. All right, do what everybody else is doing in this moment, or do what is the norm here. So what's the norm? Ground yourself. Okay, so everybody else, I feel like in a scenario, is being realistic. All right, so everybody is being realistic. Everybody's looking at the realistic situation. What does this have to deal with? And then we'll see what the reality is here. But what is the situation at hand? Okay, relocate. So this could be about maybe you're moving around a lot. Maybe you want to travel a lot and this just isn't a good time to do it. Maybe you keep switching. Now, if it's not physically moving, this can be like going from one thought pattern to the next, right? So maybe typically, you know, you think differently than other people. You're like, no, I want to be different. That could be what you typically do, but in this mindset, you're going to realize that something will benefit you more if you do what other people are doing, if you're more realistic in a scenario. Now, again, like if this is literally movement and you just keep moving around or you're relocating, right now would be a good time to kind of think about maybe where you want to stay for a while. Doesn't mean you have to stay a long time. I get up and move, but maybe you need to, sit down for a while. But let's see what the reality of a situation is here, Geminis. So what's the reality here? Okay, the reality is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is just your opposite sign. So it could be anybody opposite of you, but there is a Sagittarius here. All right, so that's a lot of people. Why is all these, okay, who else had all them people? All right, let's see. So you got Sagittarius, Pisces, and Leo energy. Maybe those are the people that you have to learn from or fit in with. All right, let's see what else. Also, Sagittarius is truth. So I feel like that's just what it is. It's something is just the truth. What else is the reality with the Sagittarius? Or I don't know, maybe you're trying not to include a Sag, but they're there or something. All right, so it's not, so basically it is unpromising that somebody is going to be able to control themselves. Literally. So if you're, to be honest, if it's ground yourself, I feel like you're kind of, you're not in a space where you would be able to control like temptations or resist certain indulgences and things like that. This is not a good idea. I'm also getting, I don't know why I'm getting like, if you go to an event or something like that, don't drink too much alcohol. Don't get too drunk. Don't like, because what are you doing when you're not grounded? Okay, you're emotionally attached to what? What are you emotionally attached to? Or you could also be acting out of emotion instead of like being very like logical. But what are you emotionally attached to? Yeah, literally you take action. Yeah, action in danger. It's like you almost don't care about something. You just kind of fly off the handle. And it's rare that I pull the danger card, so you gotta relax, Gemini. Yeah, you're moving off of impulse or emotions, or You could be emotionally attached to something that already happened. Like there was a bad incident before that already occurred, and that's affecting you. All right, let's get 8 cards. But yeah, ground yourself. We're going to clarify kind of separately. Yep, I did Capricorn at 1 hour and 10 minutes. So let's see. What is everybody doing? What's the status quo really quick? Let's just get clarity on that. Then yeah, you're coming out as the 9 of Wands, like you don't like, so maybe everybody doesn't like something. Like normally it's like I don't like that. Okay, what let's see, what are you doing? Like you may be doing something that kind of offends everybody or something like that, but what are you doing when you're not grounded? Okay, so this is the 4 of Cups. You're just ignoring something. You don't pay enough attention. Maybe you're depressed about something, but you don't see all the, maybe don't see all the good around you. Yeah, it's like you're ignoring something. What are you ignoring, Gemini? People. It's almost like everybody's telling you. You're just like, I don't care. I don't need to listen to everybody. This may be something dealing with like professionalism as well. Like you don't, if this is at work, it's like you're not taking your coworkers seriously or your bosses seriously, or you're just not, you're not paying attention to some sort of business proposition. Okay. And what are you, it's like you're constantly thinking about something that happened before. So what happened? Maybe there was like an accident or an issue or something like that. Okay, yeah, I see the 5 of, wow. The 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords. Ooh. The Magician and the Justice. In the Libra readings, there was something in the Aquarius reading about a Libra being manipulated by a liar or something like that. It looks like you did something to, okay, first of all, I feel like you isolated people. You did something to 2 people, or you did something to a group, and it caused you to kind of be alone or isolated here. Because it's almost like something that you did, it worked, but I don't think you liked the outcome. Especially, like, I do feel like this actually has to do with relocating, like leaving something behind, leaving some people behind. I feel like, too, you don't care, like, literally, you do not care about whatever the rules and regulations are. So what is the reality with Sagittarius energy? Let's see. Yes, this is Gemini's reading. Let's see. What's the reality here with the Sag energy? We got the 2 of Swords and 8 of Cups. So I feel like the reality is you need to emotionally detach. All right. You are pulling the Hermit here. I feel like, too, if the reality is maybe somebody has experienced that before and they're giving you advice. Because I feel like it's like a lot of people are telling you. Maybe they're older than you. Or they just went through something before that you haven't been through. All right, let's see. What's the outcome from my Geminis here? What's the outcome for the Geminis? And then Scorpio is the last one. What's the outcome for the Geminis? Okay, we've got rest. Yeah, see, triggered. That people do not like what, this is at work. People do not like what you're doing at work. I have to tell you. Maybe you're just sitting around, or okay. Yeah, there you go. You got be different, liar. There's Gemini and self-care. I feel like, too, something is not, this is the thing. Something's not about you being different. It may just come off as you being selfish, right? Like, what is an example of that? I don't know, it's like you want to go into the library and everybody's quiet and you want to talk on a speakerphone. And you're like, well, I'm talking, I'm taking care of myself, or I gotta, it's just like you're doing something that's like blatantly like, all right, Gemini, like relax. It's not that deep. Like you don't have to do that. Something may also, yeah, professionalism, money outflow, and smooth sailing. I feel like too, if this is at work, somebody wants to work with somebody who's easier to deal with. Because I feel like the issue, I know these are a lot of cards, but I feel like the issue is something about like how much time you're wasting. Because if you're coming out as a Four of Cups and you're just kind of ignoring people, or you're like fantasizing, you're not paying attention, you're kind of like out of it. Something is like, they're going to pay somebody else to do something because there's too many obstacles to work with you. Because it's too much back and forth or something like that. I know you wouldn't do that. That's just a metaphor. If you're new to watch me, I always have a metaphor because because I don't know what y'all are doing in real life, so I have to just come up with an example. All right, that was Gemini. Scorpio is last but not least, y'all. Let's see what's going on for the Scorpios. See. Ooh, all right, Scorpios. Oh, let me timestamp it. Almost forgot. Those of you watching me on TikTok, this is going to be up on my YouTube. It'll be timestamped just a few minutes after I'm done. All right, so it'll be up there. It's going to be in the description. And if you guys want personal readings, y'all can book them at my links. If you ever catch me live and you want a $5 question, you can do those too. And the decks are up, y'all. The tarot journal is up. I'm going to do a video at some point showing people about the tarot video. I mean, the tarot journal. All right, so let's see, Scorpios. What energy should you be in, Scorpios? Thank you for the gift. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Scorpios, for yourself? Okay, have faith. All right, so this is my spiritual card. If you're working on something and you want to give up, have faith in yourself, be patient. But this is a good day to meditate, pray, write affirmations, whatever you need to do for yourself. All right, what do you need to have faith in here? Also, like, kind of, I know we have a ground yourself card, so I'm not saying that your head is really in the skies, but like meditation can help you to calm down, things like that. All right, so what do you need to have faith in here, Scorpios? Let's see. Thanks for letting me know, Caveman. Thank you for watching. What do you need to have faith in here, Scorpios? Okay, we've got an emotional attachment and danger. Okay, and then detached. Hold on, what? All right, and then we got Aries, Libra. It's a lot of people. Okay. Have faith in an emotional attachment, and then there is danger, and then there's detached. If something triggers you emotionally and you just kind of calm yourself down and meditate, I feel like that will remove the emotions. But what might be dangerous, or what might you be warned against here? And then we'll see what this has to deal with. Okay, you might be warned against something with a Capricorn, okay? You're worried. Okay, this is based on a belief system. You're kind of worried or whether or not like a Capricorn is going to be able to resist some sort of liar. We're going to clarify that Capricorn energy. I get Capricorn and Scorpio together a lot. This could be somebody you're married to or your child or something like that. Let's see what else. What does this have to deal with? Okay, a Pisces. You could be, maybe you're warning a Pisces about a Capricorn or, okay. What's your current energy really quick, Scorpio? Okay, you're conflicted. All right, calm down. You're fighting or you're conflicted. What are you fighting against? What are you conflicted about? Try to calm down here. I'm also getting to, if this is like a health thing, you're worried about like something in your Capricorn is like your actual structure of your body, like bones, blood, teeth, skin. So you're like worried, you could be worried about something like that. But what else are you conflicted about? Or a liar. Okay, that's what I was getting. There's irony. All right, so something's ironic. All right, so you're conflicted about a liar or you're fighting somebody that's lying. Who's, okay. All right, you're, of course, the last reading. Y'all couldn't just have an easy reading. Let's see. So, what's the lie here? You feel like the lie is that somebody is focused. Okay, what is the truth? Now, Capricorn, if you're worried about a Capricorn, they were self-assured that they were able to focus on something. So they are going to focus. Their issue is drowning out the noise or not taking other people's advice or other people's input. So if you are worried about that, they are focused. But I feel like in this case, this might be somebody else. So you feel like the liar lied about being focused on something or working on something. What is the truth? Okay, the truth is transformation. Okay. So somebody did not continue. What was somebody supposed to focus on here? Somebody didn't keep the path. They switched up, and then we'll see. Oh, okay. So somebody's lying about being focused on a relationship. It looks like this is like a cheater. If this is like a love relationship, somebody lied about being focused in a partnership, or somebody lied about this could even be a business partnership, working together. What did it transform into? Okay, money inflow. So if we're talking about like maybe somebody thought something was love and they left for money. You may have thought somebody like, I thought you loved me or I thought you cared about me and all they wanted was money or something like that. I'm also getting to something was not equal give and take. Only one person is receiving, like if this is a business partnership, only one person's receiving the money for it. So let's see. So who's lying? I don't know who the liar is, but who's the liar to you? Oh, a Taurus. The Taurus lied. Okay. That's interesting because Taurus's reading was about them being self-assured and kind of in the clouds and thinking that something was automatically going to work out. So either a Taurus lied or some sort of authoritative figure. You're angry about this or you're mad about this. Okay, it's like an authoritative figure or all right, what lie did they tell here? Looks like if this is a relationship, somebody cheated. This could be somebody you're committed to with a Hierophant or something like that. But let's see. Yeah, somebody may have promised they were going to pay you for something. A Taurus may have said they were going to pay you or give you something. Or, yeah, there's a Ten of Pentacles. Something was supposed to be like a commitment, or it could have also been in front of people. Yeah, somebody may have promised you a job. What was the truth here that occurred? Or somebody just, maybe somebody even said they were at work, or somebody either said they were at work when they weren't. Somebody said they were going to work together with you or promised you an opportunity or a job. It's like somebody's not really at work. Okay, what actually is the truth here? Yeah, it looks, something definitely looks like it's about money. All right, there's something with an Aries and an Aquarius. It looks like somebody warned you, Scorpio. Somebody tried to tell you. Because here you go. It's like, okay, let's see. It's a lot going on, child. Let's see. The signs that are out, you got Pisces, Taurus, Capricorn. There's a lot of people. All right, let's see. What did somebody tell you here in the Page of Wands? I feel like somebody warned you with danger, maybe. Yeah, disrespect. Somebody told you that this was not going to happen, or they may have told you that somebody was lying. All right, let's clarify these roles here, because these are the people that came out as Pisces and Capricorn energy. What's the Pisces energy here? Oh, okay, so yes, an unexpected ending. They're shocked. Okay. What is the Capricorn's energy? We're going to see what was unexpected. Or you could be unexpected, like not expecting this. So the Capricorn is with the Taurus. Yeah, these are like tied together. This is odd. Okay. So a Capricorn is either with a Taurus, or they're saving their money, or they're trying to focus on something. Now Taurus, that energy, they know to ground themselves. So like, say like a Capricorn has a Taurus placement, they're like, okay, I know that my work is not done. I have to do a lot more work. I got to put money, you know, I got to put time, energy, and effort into something. But this has something to do. Okay. What did you expect from a Pisces? Or what did they expect? Like, something here is shocking. Okay, you thought, for some of you, you thought you had more time, or you thought that this was a good time for you to speak up on something. There could also be something dealing with a Leo. What actually occurs here? These are like all, this is a lot. You got something else. All right, helpful. You got lust, envy, and be different. All right. Your energy is to have faith, though. You're supposed to have faith in a situation, so be patient. You might want to fight with somebody or argue with somebody. I feel like it is not worth it. What energy will you be in with have faith here? Okay, you got the Knight of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and then the Ten of Swords. All right, so this is going to be over. So try not to worry about it, or try not to get angry about it. It does end. You're going to get more information too. So I feel like channel your anger. All right, if you're in conflict or you're upset about something, channel your anger. You're going to find a solution to this. What is the outcome for you having faith here? Okay, you got fantasize, self-care. There's a solution, yeah. There's a solution to whatever's wrong here or whatever you're upset about, all right? The solution is to observe. See, Capricorn was also supposed to be self-assured. Taurus was a little too self-assured. So I don't know who's who or what's what, but the Taurus was like doing too much. And Capricorn was actually supposed to be in that position or in that energy. Let's see what else the solution will be for you. It looks like it's going to be something spiritual, meditation, calming down. What else is the solution for you, Scorpios? Yeah, you got dogmatic and rest. I feel like the solution, unfortunately, is to stop thinking about something. Like literally, like you're conflicted, you're mad at someone. I feel like take a break from looking at something or take a break from paying attention to something. All right. All right, y'all. That was it. That was last sign. So if y'all want personal readings, go ahead and book them. They're linked in my bios and my descriptions. Everything is in my store, guys. Readings, journals, decks, all that good stuff. I have the digital journal for the tarot is up there now. But yes, everything is in my store. If you're watching on TikTok, guys, don't get scammed. This is the only way to get readings is through my website to prevent any fake pages. All right. If y'all catch me live, you can't wait until you catch me live. Do the $5 questions. Members get monthly questions. All right. So if the members did not send their August question, let me know. You do get another question right when September starts, even though, like, even if you join today, you still get, you can ask your question at the beginning of September. So that's all good. The higher tier, you guys get 2 decks, Oracle decks. So check that out. And thank y'all for watching. I hope that y'all have a good Sunday. Bye, y'all.